Oh hey, didn't see you there. But welcome, thanks for coming by, and today I'd like to rant about Midnight Mass. I just finished binging this show. It was so good. Like so good. I can't say enough good about this, but I'm going to try and do like a spoiler-free kind of review type deal here and just kind of introduce you to the idea. So, this is a new one from Mike Flanagan, who you might know from, he's done a lot of things in the Stephen King sandbox, the Gerald's Game movie for Netflix. Also did Doctor Sleep. Was also responsible for the Haunting of Hill House show on Netflix, which was one of my favorite horror things of the last 5 years. I honestly think that Mike Flanagan is the best thing going in horror right now, and this new one, Midnight Mass, it's his own original thing, and it really shows. Like, this guy knows writing characters. It's fantastic. So, let me paint you a picture here. Alright, so we're on small island, isolated about 30 miles offshore. That's not really important. Anyway, the important thing is that it's an isolated community on an island. There's a ferry that comes once, twice a day. Then we meet Riley, who is one of the main characters of the show. And he just got out of prison, killed somebody drunk driving. Very tragic, very sad. He's haunted by it. This is shown throughout the show with some really, really cool effects, by the way. He comes back home to live with his parents and his family, maybe help out on the fishing boat. Because, you know, fishing community on an island. Yeah, just pausing, like, the actual location that this is filmed in, there's some beautiful imagery on it, and it's really, really great. The writing is great, the acting is great, the casting is great. You'll notice frequent collaborators. Mike Flanagan's wife, Kate Siegel, plays the main female character, or like central character, Erin Green, teacher at the school. Nope, that's a spoiler. Cut that out. Riley's living with his family, haunted by his past, and all of a sudden a priest comes to town to replace the old priest, who's apparently sick and away and is on leave right now. So we've got a mysterious new priest who comes to town, and strange things start happening. Miraculous things. Without getting into any spoilers, religion is a central theme throughout the show, and it actually works well with, this is a horror show, so it works well with the themes of horror, and I'm just trying to find a way to work it so I don't spoil anything. Watch the show yourself. So who else we got in the cast here? We've got Annabeth Gish from X-Files, or like the later seasons of the X-Files. She's in this as a local town doctor. Henry Thomas of, E.T. That was Elliot, but he's pretty much shown up in just about everything Mike Flanagan does. Hamish Linklater as the new priest, Father Paul, who comes to town and brings with him some mystery. But yeah, so without getting into any kind of spoiler territory, but like the beautiful locations worth watching the show for, the sound editing and sound design and score. One of the things that I really, really like about horror movies and horror as a genre is the sound design, and Mike Flanagan, he sets it off right. He does wonderful things, like it makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. It's really great. The casting, the acting, the writing, like just some of the scenes are just beautifully shot. Like if this doesn't win an Emmy next year, I'll be really, really surprised. One of the things about Mike Flanagan is he seems to be very similar in themes to some, like Stephen King. One thing that I like about Stephen King is that like he'll take you to some dark places and like turn over rocks, and like the creepy crawlies that come out of them. There's some horrifying stuff I've seen in Stephen King books. Mike Flanagan seems just as apt at like not shying away from really dark subject matter. There's some pretty, tough subjects. We've got drunk driving. Well, without getting into any spoilers, I can't even say anything. So, yeah. But we're dealing with like serious thematic elements. Great characters, really great writing. Like some of the dialogues between, like there's a lot of really, really good setups and payoffs throughout the show. There's like a recurring dream on a boat, which if you watched Hill House and you remember the payoff for the bent neck lady, that was one that blew me away. The recurring boat dream in this has a payoff that I would put next to like the payoff of the bent neck lady. It was just fantastic, blew me away. I was just like, whoa. So the themes of like just the duality of all things, like good and evil, and like the individual versus collective, the needs of the many versus the needs of the few. Themes of guilt, remorse, just tragic things, redemption, and like condemnation. I honestly can't say enough good about this show, but I feel like if I rant any more, then I'm gonna start getting into spoiler territory. But it's been out for a few days now. I binged it over a couple of nights, and I'm really, really happy I did. I honestly think that Mike Flanagan is the best thing going in horror right now, and if you liked Hill House, you'll love this. Like, I'd put it right up with Hill House as being like just near perfect within the horror genre. If you like Stephen King kind of stuff, this is very much kind of a Stephen King, esque show. 7 episodes, not a huge time investment, and honestly, I think it's going to win a bunch of awards. I think it was a fantastic show. I enjoyed it. I cried like so much. I laughed. It spooked me. Really good makeup effects. Really good, gore and stuff like that fits within the context. There's a few things that might be a little bit too much for some people. Like if you're an animal lover, there's a few scenes in this that you might want to turn away from. Like if you're a cat person or a dog person even. But yeah, like I can't say enough good about Midnight Mass. Go check it out. Totally worth your time. End my rant. We'll see you next time. Hit the like button. If you have seen Midnight Mass, let me know in the comments below what your favorite part of the show was, or who your favorite character, maybe first scene. But let's get a conversation going. Hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Later, y'all.